Our new Brighton, our stories, those are the words of the residents of New Brighton Township as they celebrate the 120th anniversary of its establishment this year. Popular for its political history, entertainment, sport, culture and recreational activities, of course. Residents of New Brighton are determined to place education, business, safety and cleanliness at the forefront of the township's transformation. And our reporter, Siphosethu Booi, joins us now. Siphosethu, you were saying, just as we were checking the line, you can't talk about Soweto without talking about New Brighton and its rich, dynamic, vital history. How is that all being celebrated today?
Well, Aaron, New Brighton is celebrating its 120th year, and a big celebration will be held in September. And we are currently at Mbizweni, Esquareni. Now here, a lot of activities used to take place where you'd see Abantabakulu, meaning the adults and the elders of this particular township, get ready to go to work. This is the actual place where they took their buses and their taxis to work. But I'm joined now, of course, my guest is Tatu Zola, and of course he is a seasoned broadcaster and of course a former non-racial Springboks player and World Cup rugby winning manager, now a businessman. Tatu Zola, I think it's very important for us to also speak about the issue of sport, and because for you here in New Brighton. Please speak to us and just take us back to those days and just how life was.
A very busy life. As a youngster, all I wanted to do was to play and to run and to be involved in school. At primary level, higher primary level, and then at high school. That's when I was identified. When I got to provincial side, in a way, I was very resentful to play for Ikwaru. I played Ikwaru at 17 or 16 years old. I was very young. And sport then was very important in our community because it's the one that kept the hope up, the spirits of the people up. They gave us hope, regardless of what was happening then, we'll be emancipated. And then I played for Ikwaru, which is KwaZulu Rugby Union. That stood for non-racial sport. They had the mantra, no normal sport in an abnormal society. So, in a sense, it involved the community, it involved everybody. And I got my colors, remember, I got the colors, Ikwaru. Very few people to get into Ikwaru. Every street here in PE, it shows how sport was so important to inspire and motivate abantu who are oppressed and suppressed. Every street had a team, either a soccer or a cricket. Every street there, everyone played. And we were encouraged to play. And that's when I got more or less the motivation and the drive to play sport. A sport that I still love to date.
When you speak about sports and you speak about rugby, we can't not mention the fact that we have now a new generation of young people who look up to you. So please speak to us about the dynamics and just the lifestyle and how it has changed in New Brighton and what the plan is to move forward. We've been reflecting this whole day today, but way forward for this new generation of young people.
It's so unfortunate. So to say say something very important about this sport. So unfortunate for us to miss out on the opportunity to play abroad and also to have, money to cash on our talents. Our children and our future to date, our future now is commercialized in sport. Sport is commercialized. It's worth billions of rands. Our children should take that opportunity. They need to take heed of playing sport, regardless of soccer or rugby, athletics, boxing, karate, judo, swimming. They should play. And they are given that platform. We laid the foundation. It's a fertile platform. We sacrificed because we couldn't do anything more than it. Now the sport, they can play in Japan, they can play in England, they can play in Europe, and enrich themselves, and also bring the good life for their families and change the paradigm shift to give their parents a general welfare that's far better than us. Tina, we were subdued into a corner. You know, you couldn't move because there were no opportunities. We're just Sfagwepa, you know, because racism was institutionalized. We couldn't do anything, you know, and the laws were saying that the white man cannot play with a black man cannot involve in sport with a white man. And things have changed. Now they need our children to go there. If not all of us want to be intellectuals, to go up on in particular, because, therefore, and become intellectual giants, not all of them. Some of them, some of our kids, they've got the potential. So you can't now, you know, fuse your body with drugs, put a lot of effort in drugs and substances. That will destroy you completely. Because what we're looking at and seeing now is kids, they think that on what they see on television, they think those guys, they don't train, they don't do anything. All what they do, you know, they are selected somewhere as an elite group, and then they start getting demotivated and depressed and start taking drugs. And I see a lot of them, especially up in Bizwe. I see a lot of them here. And I admonish them from time to time. I say, guys, you don't know what you are playing with. You are playing with your future. Please, just stay focused. I'm a president of my club, Spring Rose Rugby Football Club. And I say the same thing to them. You know, practice makes perfect. You, one day, this opportunity will come to you. That opportunity, if it comes, it must come when you are ready. If you are not ready, that opportunity will pass. And then history will judge you harshly.
Former season broadcaster, non-racial Springboks player and World Cup rugby winning manager, and now businessman Zola Yeye. Thank you very much, Tata, for making time to speak to us. Aaron, that really just paints a picture of where we are currently as a country, specifically when we speak about the youth of New Brighton, troubled with substance abuse, gangsterism, you name it. But this particular township has a history of its own that will be told for many generations to come as they celebrate the 120th anniversary of the establishment of New Brighton Eblawa here in Gqeberha.
Thank you, Siphosethu. Quite a stirring message there from New Brighton. Like you say, can't speak about Soweto without speaking about New Brighton. What Soweto is to Johannesburg, New Brighton is to Gqeberha. And 120 years going strong. Let's hope for 120 plus more for a thriving New Brighton.